Alright guys, good morning, hope everyone is doing well today. It is March 9th, Monday, March 9th. I'm drinking my coffee this morning. But yeah, the market has absolutely tanked overnight. And using the word tanked is justified here. Because, I don't know if anybody's looked at the market, but man, market's down. People are scared of the coronavirus, and so the market's down. There is 11 cases here in Texas, which makes me a little uneasy, but it's 11 cases, you know. Houston has millions of people, and so, you know, I'll be alright. I'm not actually in Houston either, but SPY is dropping substantially here. And so we'll see what happens, but we're down at 276. The low of the last year is actually at 273. And so I think that is the most significant level right now. At 273, that is the low from this past year. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens, but that's what's going down right now in this market. Yeah, bro, it's daylight savings time, sir. It's daylight savings time, man. You know, I loved it this weekend. I got an extra hour of sleep. My kids woke up at the same time as always, but, you know, I got an extra hour, so I'm happy with it, you know. Alright, so let's take a look at the catalyst behind some of these moves. Yeah, it's also oil, and we're going to go over that in a minute. It's really a mix of both, but we're going to go over that in a minute. So far on the gappers list, we have AIM here gapping up from 210 to 355. And I guess we can go ahead and start running into some catalysts really quick. Alright, so AIM is immunotech, and they are up after they said the National Institute of Infectious Diseases in Japan is going to begin testing their Ampligen drug as a potential treatment for the coronavirus. Which is what everybody's saying nowadays. All of a sudden, everybody has a drug that's going to treat the coronavirus. And I don't know if I necessarily believe them. And I think some of these penny stock biotech stocks are just using this sector as a way to pump up their stock, you know. Because, again, apparently everybody's drug treats the coronavirus now. And, you know, we'll see what happens. But I'm highly skeptical of some of these after a certain point. I think they're just using it for a quick bump in the stock price. We also have SPEX here, SPEX, which ran huge last week from 70 cents roughly all the way to 345 in pre-market this morning. It's back down to 262, but we can still look at the catalyst behind it. Alright, so the biotech company said last week that they executed an exclusive option agreement with the University of Maryland last week, and it was for methods of treating the coronavirus infection. And again, it's an exclusive agreement with the University of Maryland from last week, and that's what ultimately, that deal with the University of Maryland is ultimately what made this one pop off. Starting on Friday of last week, and so it's still up some, up to 262. But yeah, Friday it entered into an exclusive option agreement with the University of Maryland is what the deal is for this one. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it maintains this. You know, we'll see. Alright, we also have COCP. Alright, so like the other fluff stocks, this one announced plans to advance their coronavirus program. So yeah, and that was last week. This is just another coronavirus stock that didn't really have any new catalysts except for Friday, where it just said it initiated a coronavirus program, and it said, quote, they are aggressively pursuing the development of the novel antiviral compounds. Yeah, which again, every biotech company under the sun is all of a sudden trying to cash in on that, I believe. We'll see. We got E&Z, which is up again. I'm sure it's just another coronavirus stock. Nothing today. The company said its wholly owned subsidiary, Enzo Clinical Labs, is going to begin accepting specimens for the coronavirus next week. But it said that on the 6th, which was Friday, and so maybe it'll be this week for E&Z. All right. We got a few other ones that are gapping up, but a lot of these are actually oil stocks. Aside from those, I mean, we got a few other coronavirus stocks like NVAX, LAKE. But aside from that, we're not getting that much. Then we just have the overall market, which again is down big this morning. The market is down big. We'll go ahead and look at the overall market news here. Alright, so yeah, the reason we have this big drop is because the Saudi company Aramco slashed crude prices for Arab Light by $7 a barrel, and that's what's really going down here. And so yeah, crude falls $8 after Saudi Aramco slashes crude price for Arab Light by $7 a barrel. The U.S. 10-year Treasury yield fell to 0.5%, and yeah, oil's down because of this. So over the weekend, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo declared state of an emergency for New York due to the coronavirus outbreak. Washington State announced another coronavirus death. Hey, I appreciate the sub, G. What's up, brother? What's up, man? I appreciate it. What do you think about investing in EEM with the oil race between Russia and Saudi Arabia? It's not really my sector, brother. What does EEM stand for? I'm mostly a day trader. Oh, it's EEM is a ETF. Okay, so this is an emerging markets ETF. Yeah, it's just not my sector, bro. It's just not my sector. I'm mostly a day trader, and I day trade live on stream every weekday, but mostly just a day trader, bro. Yeah, I think these are very volatile times in the overall market, and we should be careful. I think guessing where the bottom is going to be very difficult. And like I said, I think we should be very careful here. What's up, Bailey? Oh, wait, sorry, wrong chat. So what's up, guys? They halted futures for a bit this morning. Yeah, it's a scary market, bro. It's a scary market. There is no bottom. I mean, we'll see. You know, I'm just saying, this is what you really should understand about all of this, right? Is that a lot of this drop is due to the coronavirus and manufacturing numbers, but a lot of it at this point in time is also due to fear in the overall market. And so with that said, if and when the coronavirus fears get better and it clears up, like I said, if and when those fears clear up and manufacturing gets back to its normal numbers, the market theoretically should rebound. Now, it's all pure speculation at this point, and the market has continued to drop over these fears. The coronavirus is just getting started here in the US, and so, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, you got to be careful in this market. But I think a lot of investors specifically are going to be buying the dip in this market. They're going, you know, even Warren Buffett said, you know, and I talked about this all last week. Warren Buffett's famous quote is, "It's better to be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful." And so I think a lot of people are going to be dip buying this pullback in the market. Now, I know we're going to get a few people that say, "Oh, this isn't a pullback, this is a crash," or "This is a correction." Regardless of what it is, a lot of people are going to be buying this pullback in the market. A lot of people are going to be jumping in, finding cheap stocks that they think will be up in the next 10 years, and they're going to be trying to find them at cheap prices. Now, that's a very dangerous game where you're essentially trying to guess the bottom, but I still understand that. What's up, Stucky? What's up? What's up, M? What's up, Terry? What's up, man? But yeah, the big level now in this market is the low of the last year, which is, again, 273.09 is the SPY's low of the last year. And so we'll see, you know, we'll see. But a little scary, a little scary. I'm reading Thinking Fast and Slow. It talks about how the media influence everyone's beliefs. If the media keeps portraying it as an apocalypse disease, as an apocalyptic disease, it might as well be. Yeah, for sure. And the media is going to be what's ultimately influencing everything, as always. I mean, that's always the case, though. That's always the case. The media on both sides is always the one that's really controlling things here. And that's what people really have to understand. That's one of the reasons I'm very anti-politics on both sides, is because the media on both sides is just incredibly toxic. And, you know, people can say what they want about both sides being bad, but the reality is the media on both sides is terribly toxic. And it's one of the reasons I just stay away from politics. I look at policies more than anything, but I don't love or hate any politician. I think they're all in it, obviously, to, you know, for self-benefit. I am 70% cash now, looking scary for the opening, but you are correct for looking for value. Yeah, 100%. And I think that's a lot of traders' plans here. And I think if there is a silver lining behind this big market crash, that's it. You know what I mean? I think if there is a silver lining, that's it, which is that people are going to be finding value somewhere. You know, where that could be, I don't know. Would I try to find value in Tesla? Probably not, because I thought Tesla was a little extended to begin with. But maybe it'll go back up. You know, it did open that plant in China. When manufacturing numbers go back up, I'm sure a lot of these are going to be just bouncing right back. So we'll see, you know. What's up, Raul? What's up, brother? Is it Raul or is it Raul? My bad. If it's Raul, let me know. If it's the first one, let me know. I'm assuming it's Raul, but you know, I always try to, a lot of times I'll just pronounce people's names with one letter because I don't want to mispronounce their name, and I don't, you know what I mean? The media is trying to influence the upcoming presidential election. I mean, always, brother. Always, man. The media is always trying to do that. On both sides. Like I said, on both sides. Have you invested in national indexes such as the IBEX 35? No. I have not. No, I have not. What's up, Charles? My long-term investment is in the toilets. Listen, man, so if there's anything we can learn from Black Friday, okay? And I'm not even saying this is on Black Friday's extent. I'm not even saying this is on that level. But I'm saying if there's anything you can learn from it, you can learn from the graph, certainly, from Black Friday, okay? So, like, let's take a look at the real graph from it. Let me find one, like a long term. I found one the other day that showed like the long-term chart for like the year or two during Black Friday. No, that's not it. Let me see if I can put the S&P back. Yeah, I'll just try to look at the S&P. All right, 20 years is going to give me 2,000, so I actually need 33 years is what I need on this time frame. Let me see if I can do that, and I'll just look at it myself. Okay, we can do that. Apply. Let me find the S&P or the Dow Jones. What is the S&P? SPX. Alright, so this goes back a long time. Let's see, 50s, 60s, 70s. This is where I want to get to. Okay, so this is Black Friday. And what we see, this is Black Friday. No, that's not, man. Black Friday's hard to find. Let me see. Here it is. No. Man, I had the chart the other day. Here it is. This is it right here. Okay, here's Black Friday. That's all you're gonna show me, man? There it is. Alright, and so what we see is that within, let's see, this is Black Friday right here. 3 terrible drops. Okay? 3 terrible weeks of the market. But what we see is that, this is in October. What we see is that by, let's see, the next year or two, within a year or two, the market was right back to where it was and over that hump. And so what's going to happen a lot of times is that a lot of people's investment portfolios are going to be damaged. But if you hold stuff long enough, it's going to rebound. If you're in it for the long term, it doesn't matter. If you've got a few years left before your retirement, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's going to rebound and it's going to come back to previous levels like it always does. And just to give people a little bit of hope, I guess, in this market. You know, market always comes back. Okay, so it's Raul. All right, got you. So Raul, did you check out the Mosh Python course, brother? Did you check it out, man? Yeah, well, the TVIX is a volatility ETF, bro. So it's gonna, you know, it's gonna go up. It's gonna go up substantially in this market. Yeah, within 2 years, the market was right back to where it was after Black Friday, and so it's part of it. But yeah, for now, we can look at just the overall market just tanking here, which is gonna make a lot of stuff tank. Like, we got AMD, which is down. Obviously, we got Tesla, which is down. We got MU, which is down. You know, we got Roku, we got everything's down because the market is down so much today, except for inverse ETFs on oil, like DWT, UWT is the correct ETF. It's going to be down. DWT is the inverse ETF on oil, so it's going to be way up. And then DGAZ, same kind of thing there, which is natural gas. But yeah, oil inverse ETFs like DGs or like DWT are going to be up big, and that's what we see here from that as well. Right, well, the thing about it, Raul, is that you're going to need to be by a computer. You know, you're going to need to be by a computer when you learn it. So, like, learning it on the treadmill is not going to be... I mean, you can watch it on the treadmill, but you're going to want to practice what they teach you in those things. And trust me, I know it seems intimidating, but it's really not. Another good place to go is, like, Free Code Camp has got, like, let me see what they have. Let me see Free Code Camp. Free Code Camp might have some good ones too. They got. I know. I learned a lot on Free Code Camp's JavaScript. JavaScript. When are you thinking about buying airline stocks? See, that's a tough one. I don't know. I think airline stocks are going to be some of the most hit stocks in the... What is Delta stock? We got AA, American Airlines, or no, AAL is American Airlines. It's getting smashed here. I don't know. It's tough. Those are tough to say. I think the fears of airlines are going to stay much longer than anything else. Hold on, guys. Oh, hey guys, I'll be right back. I gotta give my kids a hug goodbye, so I'll be right back, team. Alright guys, I'm back. But yeah, the market is just getting hammered. Oil's getting smashed because the Saudi Aramco cut their prices by $8 a barrel. I don't think travel companies will back down for a while. Yeah, Treehouse is actually a great resource, and it is a paid resource, and so but I suggest you get started with some free resources. But yeah, Treehouse is actually what I still use Treehouse to stay up to date, and they have a huge library on like APIs, mobile development, everything you want to know with programming. Treehouse has basically got it. React, you know, everything, all the different libraries, different languages. Treehouse is very in depth. Yeah, we'll see when they gap down. It's tough, man. It's very difficult to see when. Yeah, the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line is just getting absolutely hammered here. Yeah, a lot of people that were diagnosed with the coronavirus in Texas are from traveling on a cruise ship, another cruise ship. I don't know if it's the Royal Caribbean, but cruise lines in general should be getting hammered. And so we'll see what happens. It's a tricky market, guys. Cheap oil good for airlines? No. Yeah, it might be, but everybody's scared to travel anywhere, man. People are quarantining at their homes. The airline stocks, regardless of what the oil prices are going to be, are going to lose a lot of sales at this point in time, because again, people are scared of the airlines, man. Nobody really wants to get on an airline right now, I'll tell you that. Yeah, and the oil price is good for airlines, you know, obviously, but again, I don't think it's going to compensate for the fears. I just don't. What are on my watch list for today? I mean, we got a few penny stocks that are moving. Like I said, I looked at these earlier, but SPEX running up a little bit. There's a lot of penny stocks that are all of a sudden claiming that their drug treats the coronavirus, and some might be telling the truth, but I think some are just fluffing up their stock and taking advantage of the sector in general. So we got like COCP, we got AIM, we got SPEX, which are all at the top of the watch list this morning. We got LPTH, which originally ran up to 210 and then came back down, but the volume's not that good for this one. We got FNG Deep. We got VXRT. A lot of people talked about that one last week, and VXRT is moving some today from 250s to 290s. Okay, so Daniel says, why does a slash in oil prices make the market go down? Thought that would be a good thing. Right, it seems good, right? And that's what a lot of people think as well. The reality is that a lot of the U.S. market is propped up on large oil companies. And so even where I live, like I live in Texas, right? I live in Texas, and a lot of people have jobs at the plant oil and gas industries. And so with that, the drop in oil prices means more layoffs with these gas and oil companies, less pay overall, you know, and it actually negatively affects the economy in these places, especially in places like Texas here. And so that's why drops in oil prices does influence the economy a substantial amount here in the U.S. Because again, a lot of our economy is propped up on these big oil companies, and that's the real reason why. And so I hope that makes sense. But yeah, that's the reality of it, is that a lot of what we do is propped up on big oil companies. What's up, Kim Dog? I appreciate the sub, brother. Welcome to the team, man. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, man. I'm just now seeing it. What's up, brother? Will AMD fill the gap? I don't know. It's not about. I think whether AMD is going to fill the gap, which is a huge gap, by the way. This is a $6 gap, $5 or $7 and $5.50 gap or so. Huge gap. But I think the real question is whether the market's going to rebound here. And I think that's what's going to ultimately influence AMD, is whether the market starts to come back. If the market continues to crash, AMD's probably going to fall too. Not always, obviously. Sometimes it trends against the SPY, and we'll have to watch it to see what it's really doing. But I know in pre-market it's trending with the market. And so I think if you're looking at AMD to fill the gap here on the upside, you're going to look at the overall market to see if it fills the gap on the upside. Hey, you got this, Q. You got this, brother. All right, we got Mitch in here, guys.
What's up, guys? Good morning.
What's up, dude? Hey, I appreciate the sub. Amish, welcome to the team, bro.
What's going on, man?
Let us know how the sound is relative to the music and vice versa, how Mitch is, how I am. Let us know if sound check. Let us know if it works. I appreciate it, Kim. All right, let's get a sound check. So what's up, Mitch? Mitch is doing the challenge today, man. He's doing the challenge.
Yeah, man. Good morning, everybody. How we doing?
You should be good. Yeah, I think you should be good.
Good morning, Nathan. Good morning, Stucky, Raul, Bill, Charles. What's going on, guys? How we doing? Mark, Gustavo, I see forever. What's going on, guys? How we doing out there, Vlad? Quaffle's first day trading. Go get that quaffle.
All right, so Bill says it's good. Kim Dog says it's good. All right, I think we're good.
All right, sounds like we're good, man. Drinking the RTD2?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey,
you know.
Swag.
You know. Hold on, my son's yelling at me. What, buddy? What? Yeah, the shark. That's a pretty cool shark.
It was blue, then it turned white.
Yep.
John's son said the market's gonna move like Sonic today.
Right. He's predicting it, man. You know, he's the stock market guru, dude. He's where I get all of my picks from. You know, maybe I'd be more profitable if I followed him. You know, you know what I mean? Just take it, Jack the Guru. I should make a YouTube page for him.
Has he seen the movie yet?
Which one?
Isn't there like a Sonic movie coming out?
Oh, no, we have not seen that yet. Mostly because we're scared to go to the movie theater at this point, but he wants to.
Shh, I'm about to find it on some other way.
Right. Yeah, Google's always around. I know how to do that. I'm not saying I do that. Please don't arrest me. But no, it's actually a funny story. So it's a funny story. So, and I'll say this. I know we got a lot of stuff to get to, but when I was 10 years old, I used to make websites, and I used to stream music on LimeWire, right? Everybody had LimeWire back in the 90s. I used to stream music. I actually got in trouble with Warner Bros. Because I downloaded Star Wars: The Phantom Menace before it actually debuted in theaters, and then watched it, and apparently my computer was actually streaming it, so other people were watching Star Wars: The Phantom Menace before it came out in theaters, and I was like 10 or 11 years old, I must have been at the time, and Warner Bros. Sent me a cease and desist letter, and my dad got super mad at me for it, but yeah, everybody had LimeWire back in the day. Point is, that thing probably gave me a million viruses, but I watched Star Wars before it came out, you know. Alright, you got some stuff to look at, Mitch?
Yeah, man. Right. Just over here messing with Ken and Ken. Just talking about the VIX options. This is why you should always own some VIX options in your long-term portfolio, especially you long-term traders out there. That's what you want to be having no matter what. When the VIX doesn't make you money, it doesn't hurt you, and then when the VIX does spike, you get what's called protection on your on your portfolio, and that's what you always need. You need some protection on the downside. It's called taking away a systematical risk. And what you would have done by having that VIX is that this spike would have been making you money, at least making you a percentage to hedge the downside turn, thus giving you an advantage. You could go ahead and rebuy certain stocks with that profit that you're making in the VIX, or you could just sell it and get some cash and become more of a cash cow, and then take some stocks when they get to better evaluations. But this is why it's always important to have the VIX. The VIX now spiking up there, significant amount. I follow VXX for it, and man, you can look at this thing, and this thing's taking off like a rocket. Even the first drop day, that could have been a day that you could have definitely jumped on this. We had a spike up there to like the 20s. And a lot of people thought, is the market going to go too much further there? I think that was the price point where you could have made that decision. Hey, there's more than an easy downside risk here of $5 for potential of it to really get up there to 40. And that's exactly what happened here, guys. It spiked another $20 there for a $5 risk there. Those are the kinds of risk and rewards that you want to look for in long-term charts. So for today, it's really going to be a battle really about the oil. I think not only is the market getting hit on the downside because of coronavirus, but a lot of people are also concerned about oil. Oil is a lot of the market's value, and you're seeing oil stocks get destroyed. Certain stocks that go opposite to oil, like Gush, and Drip, that goes opposite to oil, is look at this thing, man. This thing's taking off like a complete rocket. Now up there almost to 600, when this thing used to trade in the 80s and 50s even. So you're seeing these kind of ETFs that are reverse bears on oil go absolutely crazy, and then the opposite version, like Gush, go absolutely to nothing. These were stocks that at one point, even in 2019, last year, Gush was 100 or above, and now it's near $1.43. So as you can tell, oil getting destroyed. Real main thing is that they released that they want to go ahead and stop doing supply cutting completely, going into later parts of the year. And if this happens, you could see oil drop to prices of, we're talking under $20 a barrel. And at some point, if you go back, let's say 5 years ago, someone would have told you oil moves from 40 to about $80 a barrel. And for any times that it's below 40, it's in an extreme oversold area. And any times that it's over 80s, it's usually an extreme overboughts. So what you're seeing now is extreme oversold, and the supply getting bigger and bigger. This is only going to hurt oil and not increase the demand. You increase supplies and you don't increase the demand, and then that's when you really start seeing prices drop.
Hey, I'll be right back, brother.
Of course. All right, guys, just gonna be paying attention to the market today. A lot of opportunities out there. I don't know what you guys want to talk about. You guys want to talk about some day trades, or you want to talk about some more long-term talks, or we can even talk about some Corona talks. I don't know. You go ahead and talk in the chat. Let me know what you guys are feeling today. You guys are interested in looking at some cheap evaluations. I've been looking at Disney. I definitely think Disney's getting near my buying point. I would love for it to get to 100. I have set down and written down 105 and 100 as possible entries for long term. I do have a couple grand I'm thinking about starting investing long term here, just because I'm getting great prices. Why? Because I remember, guys, I've been talking about this. That's very important, that we need to look for yearly lows And now we're starting to get into these kind of trouble areas. I've had them circled out on my SPY chart for a while now. And when I pull up the yearly, we're really starting to see that drop now. The yearly of 2019 has a low of 243.67. So today we had this close as 267. That's going to be important if it holds. We're getting up there towards levels where we need to see some kind of support happen here at 267. If not, we could even head down towards 250s and 230s. So we're definitely going to be paying attention towards those levels. I think 290 today is very important. I think we could definitely get a pop through 285s today. And then are we going to get above 290? Are we going to get above this level and hold? Or are we going to start heading down and break through more bubbles of our down times? I always look for these quick dips and see if they're going to break those supports. You need a short-term ways to get money back. Well, we've been talking about that, R. Smith. It's a little bit late now, but one of the best things that you could have done is when you saw your overall portfolio start going down is buying a short-term option on the VIX. Why you buy a short-term option is because you're already late to the move and you expect the price volatility to move fast and move fast in your direction. Now, if you're a long-term trader, you buy a VIX on a long-term option call when, let's say, back in these days when it was in 13s or all this time that it was down here at 14, you could have been buying options at $20 or $25 or even $30. And you buy those options really in a long-term sense. And those will go ahead and protect you at times like these. Another thing that you could have been going into is TLT, the bonds. Look at the bonds, guys. If you look at the bonds, you see the bonds go absolutely crazy. And then the best part is they were giving you the pattern. Look at this pattern. This is as easy as it gets for pattern reading. What we need to see is 3 highs and then a breakout towards the resistance, right? So let me draw this out right quick for you guys. Show you guys exactly what I look for, guys. All right, so a lot of times I'm looking for lines that are breaking out, right? So I need to see a drive here, drive 1, a pullback, right? A drive 2, a pullback. That's support 2. Then we got a drive 3, a resistance. That's 3 resistance, right? 3 resistance, 2 supports. Let's make a 3rd support here. It makes a support here. Boom. It holds that level. This is where you want to be looking for because you can go ahead and risk right underneath it in this area. And then, boom, you get a breakout. This is called the 1-2-3 rule. I've actually, I can honestly say that I can coin this. This is the 1, 2, 3 rule on breakouts, and they work only for flags and pennants. And that's the 1-2-3 rule. And those are the types of things I look for. You could have been buying up the TLT to protect yourself, buying up options in this whole time that we were here in 2019, looking for 160s. You could even done up here to 170s, but this is definitely breaking out, guys. The bonds getting in a safe haven for sure.
So we had this discussion a little bit earlier. What do you think about dip buying airlines right now? Do you think airlines are going to bounce back sooner or later than the overall market? I tend to think they're going to lag behind a little bit, as I think fears over traveling are going to remain steady for the foreseeable future, regardless of what happens in the market. And so, what do you think?
Yeah, one of the best things that I've seen is where the discounts. All right, so you have to start thinking, if you're gonna think like long term, you have to start thinking like a hedge fund. Okay, start trying to have that mentality. If I had $10,000 right now, how do I want to separate this up? And how many stocks do I want to get? And where do I want to be? You see, an airline stock is kind of more of it's a safer stock. It's usually not as volatile, but there's also not much growth. They're usually slower growth, and yes, you can usually determine kind of a easier price line. Why? Because there's not much volatility, even in, let's say, through this whole bull market, which I would say really started in 2013. We went up there to 60, and that was, it's a significant amount. We're talking about here in Delta Airlines about $51 up. But when you think about that overall to like a stock like, let's say, Disney or like an Amazon, you look at those weekly charts, and those numbers went from 2013 up towards the high. We're talking up over 105 points. Now, of course, this is valued higher, but you have to look, I think, more for what we call value. Value is determined by earnings per share and also the company's revenue. So you have to start looking at those things, start looking at their internal rate of return. How much money can you expect the company to make versus where the price is right now? So if you can do the evaluation and you can actually, know the financials behind it, this is what's going to really help you, is understand where the earnings per share is and where the price is right now. Another thing you can look at is what's called the multiplier. Is what multiplier are they using on their earnings per share to give them this price, and then compare them to other stocks in the industry. So always compare apples to apples, and then that way you can start seeing what's the leader, what's the lagger, and then you can start making your evaluation calls. This is very complex, as you guys can tell, but it's just part of learning the market overall, and trying to apply long-term approaches is a very scientific theoretical method.
Angela, now's a great time to buy my beginner trading water filter. Guaranteed to keep you safe from the apocalypse. All right, my bad, Mitch. Go ahead.
Nah, it's how it is,
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to look for those values. I have a couple written down. I can just let you guys know. I don't mind letting you guys know. So Disney, I have under 105 or 100. Amazon, I even have one for Amazon. I have one at 1350. Anything really below this 1500 line, I would get interested, but there's a long-term support right here. And if we get anywhere down here in this 2018 profits for Amazon, I would definitely take a shot. Apple, I'm looking at Apple to get down towards 225s or underneath 200. Anywhere near there, I would take a shot. Stocks like this.
Yep. Yeah, I think Apple, Microsoft, maybe. I think Microsoft's gonna find a way to make money on all this.
Here's your baby right here.
Yeah.
I'm looking for AMD down towards 35, down towards 30. Those were the prices where I would like it. Not down by where it was worried about the China trade deal. Why? Because those were low evaluations on low expectations. Two things that would help me there. That those prices, people thought that the stock was getting hit hard on trade and tariffs. So at those prices, the evaluation will seem right to go ahead and take a shot on an AMD.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And I can go ahead and go over some overall market stuff, unless you got something you want to go over. I have the ETF.
Nah, you're good. You can take over, bud.
All right, so now that we've looked at a few individual stocks, patterns, and stuff like that, let's go ahead and look at the overall market team. And again, we are getting obviously close to that low of the last year, which is $273.09 in the SPY. And so that is the low of this past year. The entire past year, the low is 273.09. And we are at 274s right now. And so that is a huge level that I think we're going to have to watch today. We can go over the ETF preview here, and again, it says stock futures were deep in the negative territory. Again, I'm quoting all of this from MT Newswires. It says, quote, stock futures deep in the negative territory as crude prices plunged after Saudi Arabia, among the world's top 3 oil producers, said it would cut oil prices and expand production after failing to agree on a deal with Russia last week to lower output in response to the impact of the global coronavirus outbreak. Riyadh cut its oil prices by $7 to the U.S., resulting in a big sell-off in the oil and energy markets. Meanwhile, confirmed cases of the COVID-19 globally now total more than 111,000 as more countries like Italy, South Korea, Japan, the U.S., and Saudi Arabia have reported that the infection is growing at a faster daily rate. Italy has locked down areas in the north of the country, placing millions of its citizens under quarantine, while Saudi Arabia has taken similar actions as well. To look into the overall markets, guys, again, we can look into commodities here, and yeah, we're getting hammered. Crude is down 22.5%. The U.S. oil fund is down more than 23%. Natural gas is down roughly 5%, and the U.S. natural gas fund is down 6%. Gold is up 0.3%, which I'm actually surprised gold hasn't risen more. While Spider Gold Trust is up marginally, silver's down more than 2%, and the iShares Silver Trust is down some 3%. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens, but, you know, that's the market news today, guys. And again, I think the huge level that we should be watching in today's market is $273.09. I think that is the low of the last year. It is right here. I appreciate the sub, Angela. That is the low of the last year, and we'll see what happens. But what's up, Cool? Thank you, sir. What's up, Joe? What's up, Lewis? Yeah, we'll see, Angela. Like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong necessarily with being prepared. I think that, you know, I still think we have to just be reasonable about all of it, and as to not stroke fears. I think a lot of times, like I said, people are profiting off of panic, and you know, they're using that panic to profit, and I think you have to be objective about that sometimes. And so we'll see what happens. But again, this overall market drop is causing most stuff to drop, unless it's specifically related to biotech, coronavirus, or mask output or supplies output. We'll see what happens, but almost everything is dropping. The market is continuing to fall. The low of pre-market is at 273.90s, and we'll see if we can hold above that before the bell. Like I said, the low of the last year is at 273.09, and so I think that is a huge level that a lot of people are going to be watching here.
I'm in the bunker.
Yeah. I'm selling my beginner trading water filters, guys. Now is a great time to push my beginner trading water filters. Are you scared of the coronavirus? Buy my water filters. You know.
Yo,
just
man. Colorado's getting wild for me.
Yeah. Hey, dude. There's 11.
You know what it is, too.
There's 11.
You know what it is, right? You
What?
know what it is, right? All these people traveling. Every single one that's been reported in Colorado was someone that was traveling.
Right. Houston too. Like, dude, just stay
It's
home.
like, bro.
Like, get off a plane,
like,
bro.
The airports are not doing their job.
Right. I'm scared of the airport right now, dude.
I'll tell you right now, I would not be at the airport because
If it
the
was like-
airports are not doing their job.
Right. Volcano, airport. I'm picking Volcano right now. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
Oh, what's up, guys? What's up, King? What's up, everything? All right, guys, the bell is in 2 minutes. Let's watch us day trade live like we do every single day. Hit
You
that
know,
like
like,
button.
how mad I would be if I had to sit next to this person on the plane and they call me like 2 weeks after. They're like, "Yo, you remember that plane ride you took?"
Right.
Well,
Betty
buddy next to you.
Betty next to you had the coronavirus. I'd be like, what?
Yeah, yo, I'd be like, "Yo, you guys didn't tell me anything?"
Right. I'd
Oh
be heated
yeah,
right
man.
now, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I got kids. Like, I'd be super angry. But like I said,
Yeah,
most-
and then you went home to your wife, kissed your wife. It's like, yo, bro, come on.
damn it, Betty, you know. But no, like I said, we got 11 people in Houston now, and all of them are travel related. You know.
Yeah, same thing happened here. Same thing happened here, guys. I mean, it just shows you it's not the time to travel right now.
Yeah.
My recommendation is stay home as much as possible. Believe it or not, guys, I took a week vacation.
Yeah.
I had the hours, and I took a week vacation.
I'm not mad at you. I get it.
Partly, I thought, hey, I'll stay home with the puppy and train. But partly, was like, I don't think it's a good week to be working at the hotel.
Right. Oh, 100%, dude. Hotels are up there, too. All right, there's the bell, guys. We got the market immediately bouncing back here. It's up to 275.40s.
That's expected. Remember, the futures slid so much that they halted.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah, for sure.
Futures don't halt.
Yeah. Right, exactly. It's bad if futures were halted, for sure. But yeah, I expect what we'll see is a slight rebound during the day and then maybe a pullback. But I think we are down enough to where we might bounce altogether. But we'll see. It's a tough market for sure. AMD up, space down. What else we got?
All right, let's do it. Not gonna lie, I was looking at discounted tickets to Rome.
Yeah.
I'm savage.
Erica said my mom travels nationally with her job and comes to stay with us on the weekends. Fun. Or internationally. Or travels nationally. Yeah, I don't know, man. I know my mother-in-law just came back from Budapest and we're making her quarantine herself for 2 weeks. We're making my father-in-law do the same thing because he's coming from Cali. And so yeah, like it might be mean, but we got kids. We got young kids. I got a 6-year-old and a 10-year-old. I ain't trying to risk that, Right, stay home, buy nothing, trade. I love it. That's how you do it. My wife went to the store this past weekend and she said it's chaotic there, man.
Oof, I've never seen this low volume right now.
Yeah, we're getting pretty low volume, man. At the same time, though, it might seem lower because the range of some of these stocks is so big that it just seems lower. I know that's what it looks like with the SPY, which the range is actually pretty big, but the range in pre-market is huge, and so it's just a few small candles, but it's actually a very big move. All right. Love you. All right, guys, we got about 250 people in here. Everybody take the time to hit that like button right now, guys. You know you want to. Hit that like button. You know you appreciate us. Smash that like button. If you haven't already, we day trade live every single weekday morning on YouTube for free. So hit that subscribe button and click the bell if you haven't already. Show support for our free content here. Yeah, luckily the numbers for the coronavirus, it doesn't negatively impact children that much, hopefully, So like no kids have died under the age of 9, I believe, is what it was.
All right, I have an order. I'm trying to get CGC on a bounce.
All right, let me put you up.
There's a 30-cent spread on it though right now, guys, so be careful. I was gonna actually just long this one as soon as the gates opened, but yeah, it was at 318, and I was like, should I risk off at 13? It seemed viable, but the market was moving so slow that I was like, let's not see 50 cents go in your opposite direction right quick.
Yeah, for sure.
But the spread is massive right now. And why? There's nothing going through.
And remember, guys, Mitch is actually doing, he's trying the challenge. So they reached out to Mitch and they said that he could do the challenge for a student account this time instead of the intro package. And so, he's trying to win himself a free intro package. Or a free student package. Dude, I'm about to ask them. I want that, man. I love that. So the whole thing with this challenge is that if Mitch can make $1,000 in net profit within a week or two?
Yeah, it's 5 days. No, it's 5 days.
Okay, so if he can make $1,000 in If he can make $1,000 in 5 trading days, he wins a student package which has $80K in buying power. And so, what's the max loss? Here, I got you. That's what you were trying to figure out. Let me see. I got you. Hold on. And you guys, if y'all want to sign up for this challenge, y'all can. At least the original challenge here. And then maybe once you sign up for this one, maybe ask them about the other one. Let me see.
Do. Gosh. Let me restart my platform here. Arrgh.
Yeah, here's the demo challenge if you want to try it. It's completely free. You know, you don't really have much to lose. I'm gonna go ahead and post it on Discord. Trading is halted. Everything is halted. The U.S. market is halted, guys.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow.
I've never seen this before. This has to be major catalyst.
I've never seen this either.
I was wondering what was going on here. You guys probably see me freaking out here, restarting my platform. The reason I did that was because I just wanted to make sure it wasn't just me. But it is, yeah. This is the first for a lot of people. I've only ever heard of the market halting once.
Alright, so I'm going to read y'all some news that just came out here. FDA said that there's currently no vaccines or drugs approved to treat or prevent the coronavirus.
Yeah.
France reported 1,191 confirmed cases.
We got a circuit breaker halt for a 10% move in the market. We could see the market drop 10% on this halt.
Right. Yeah, I saw the one I'm seeing, it says stocks hit 7% limit down. Trading was halted for 15 minutes. Energy and financials lead those losses. And so the market should open up at 850 or so. Roughly 845, 850, depending on how long the halt is.
Nope.
Man, crazy,
We got a
crazy.
13.
I've never seen this.
So we had a put out by CNBC. They tumbled 7% right out the gates, and they halted it.
Wow. Yeah,
S&P traders 7% right out the gates.
Yeah, I've never seen this before. I've been trading streaming live for years. Never seen this. I know that's not a huge amount of time, market speaking, but man, that's crazy.
Yeah, the only time I've ever seen this is September 11.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've ever seen the market halt immediately. Let's look at Trump news. Look for Trump tweets. Look for Trump to jump in here. You know he's getting alerts.
Alright, so these are Trump's tweets all in the last hour. Great job being done by the VP and the coronavirus task force. Thank you. The best decision made was the toughest of them all, which saved many lives. Our very early decision to stop travel to and from certain parts of the world. So much fake news.
Yes, T. Walker, you are 100% right.
Okay.
Art of history, guys. Welcome to the family, and welcome to the history. This is going to definitely be a moment that we'll all remember, guys. So, hey, well, it's good to be a part of a family and be here together so that we all know what's going on. That's really what we do here, is be a free resource for everybody. So, hey, guys, I know the market's not trading, but go ahead, smash that like for us. Let's get back at it. Market should be opening up in about 6 minutes.
Yeah, guys. So, again, this is from the overall market getting halted, which I've never seen before.
Well, one thing is I've never seen futures get halted.
Yeah.
That gave me a sign. The big thing is, I mean, there's a combo of two negatives, oil and Corona.
Oh, wait. So I'm getting this news release from Thinkorswim. It says, based on market regulations, the following circuit breaker rules will apply for today if met. Based on SPX, which is the S&P 500, level 1 is 7% decline, 15-minute trading halt. So the market should open up at 850. Number 2 is a 13% decline, and that's a 15-minute trading halt. Level 3 is a 20% decline, and if the market does that today, trading is suspended for the rest of the day. If we reach 20% drop in the market, it's suspended for 20% of the day. That is the guidelines based on market regulations for this specific halt that we're seeing right now. And again, like Mitch is saying, this is history in the making. I've never seen this before. Go ahead.
I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. As soon as this market opens, you guys are going to see me take a swing for this low challenge. Why not, right? If there's any time we're going to get a volatility, it's probably going to be right at this open. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, man.
I'm ready.
I'll say this. It's a little scary, honestly, man. I'm
excited. I'm such a cow. I'm such a cash cow that I'm not worried at all. That's the thing about being tied into long-term investments and not having protection.
Yeah.
You always have to have protection if you have long-term investments.
Yeah.
It's cheap. It's not much. The options on the VIX 2 or 3 months ago, they were stupid cheap. You could have got them for less than $1 and could have been protecting yourself for, probably like less than $100.
Right.
And that's all you need. You don't need a lot. You don't need like 30 contracts as a VIX. Even one contract would have definitely given you a nice profit back, helped you with that downturn in your investments.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna call my wife real quick, but man, I've never seen this before. I've really never seen this before. It is quite an unusual thing. Yeah, man, the world is panicking right now. It's kind of a scary thing.
Nathan, never be scared, man. Don't be scared, guys. Let's go. This opportunity. This is what we look for as traders.
I'm not scared of trading. I'm scared for the overall state of the world. I got kids, so I gotta,
Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little scary, man. We should at the very least, though, just to retain some optimism, like Mitch is saying, we should at least get some volatility when this bad boy opens up in 5 minutes, 6 minutes,
exactly.
6 minutes. We're gonna get some volatility. I think this was a good week to trade your trading challenge, Mitch. If you guys don't want to risk real money in the market, check out the trading challenge.
Yeah.
Hey,
perfect time, guys.
Right. If you don't want to risk real money, check out the trading challenge. Basically the way it works is you get a demo account to trade with for 5 trading days. You make $500 net in that account while following the rest of their rules, and there are some rules behind it. You win a free intro package. So check that out. It's completely free. At the very least, you get a demo account, because I'm starting to consider. I'll ask them if they'll let me. Been doing this for 8 years, never seen it. The market will resume at 8:49 or at 9:49 market time, Alif. So at 9:49, in 5 minutes, the market's gonna resume in 5 minutes from this point. At 6:49 or at 9:49, the market's gonna resume.
Sorry about that. Manic. I would actually almost agree with him, but that wouldn't be right.
What?
He said that the Saudi prince was just dumping everything.
Yeah.
He has the money for it.
Well, it's not the market. I'm not scared of the market. I mean, I've got like I've got an IRA and stuff like that, but I don't care. I don't have enough money in that to really be super concerned about it. That's not what I'm really worried about. I'm worrying about panic that's going to hit people, and that's going to be the scarier part. It's not the market. The market will rebound like it always does, especially with this, because when this clears up, manufacturing is going to go back to normal, and the market's just going to bounce right back to where it was, depending on how long that takes. But regardless, if you're not retiring in the next 5 years, I don't think it's going to impact you that much. What I'm more so scared of is the panic, the ensuing panic that is going to happen. That's what I'm worried about. Mitch broke the market. I blame Mitch, man. It is Mitch's fault. 100%. It's Mitch's fault. I blame Mitch.
Yeah, mission complete. I did it, guys.
You want the link to the package quest? I got you, bro. Yeah.
The crazy part is, I was about to take CGC. Can you imagine you're in a stock right now? I know there's someone trapped right now.
Yeah.
Who's trapped? Anybody trapped? I feel bad, but I'm just calling it out there. Anybody trapped in this? Yeah. Anybody in a position?
Yeah, the market's going to resume in 4 minutes, team. Roughly 4 minutes. Good luck. I'm going to call my wife real quick, so hold it down, Mitch.
Call your wife, hide your kids, head into the bunker.
Alright, I'm back. Alright guys, we got about 2 minutes until the market opens back up. It is 9:47 market time. We've got about 2 minutes until we open. And so, we'll see what we get, guys. It should be fun.
Let's do this, guys. You know, one of the things is, I actually talked about this on the Discord the other day. It was a really cool, just to kind of take emotions and how can you really take advantage of your emotion. I heard this from a race car driver. It's a pretty interesting way to look at any kind of situation where you have such an intense amount of focus that's on slight execution, like car racing can be. So one of the things that he stated was that if you always try to get emotion from your environment, you're always going to react to the environment emotion, and then you're going to probably overreact, be uneasy and uncomfortable with the emotion that you feel. But if you yourself take advantage of your mental capital and create the emotion that you want to feel, then you yourself can take control of an uncontrollable situation and at least have one thing, and that's control of yourself, control of your own mental capital, and control of your own emotions. I think this is really an intelligent way of looking at it. And, you know, sometimes you got to create the emotion. For me right now, that emotion has to be fearless. I'm fearless. Let's go. This is the opportunity time. I'm not going to be looking at this in a negative state. I'm looking at this purely positive. Let's go ahead and let's nail this.
All right, guys, we got 15 seconds. Here we go. All right, I'm going to put Mitch up since Mitch is going to be trading. There's probably a little bit more than I am. I appreciate all the subs that we just got. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right.
Bro, there's no need to kind of guess which way it goes. Just make sure that you don't overreact. There's always overreactions. I can tell you that. Make sure you're using a pattern and make sure you're using your systematical approach and understanding risk and reward. I don't know if you guys caught my video over the weekend, but how you always come back when you're having a downturn is sticking to your strengths and what you do best.
Right.
So my idea right here is I'm not even gonna put it out. There's no point in putting out an idea here because it creates bias. You guys stay balanced, focus on your patterns.
Yeah, put the SPY up if you can. Market just rebounded.
Yeah, I can put the SPY at the top here. I got you.
Okay.
Here you go. I'll put the SPY at the top chart.
So yeah, we
and
did
I'll lower
resume.
this down a little bit here.
We did resume.
Here, I can put it on 1 minute so you guys can see that.
All right, so from what I see, the S&P, let me see, the S&P, if you're on
S&P's
thinking swing, SPX.
Yeah. Okay, SPY is down to 274s. It's a big down move, guys.
Hey, appreciate the sub, K-Hope. Thanks, brother, appreciate it. Yeah, so SPY's testing lows here.
Looking to get short here in the 50s. Risk would be 75 right now.
SPY just broke lows of the day, testing that low of the last year at 273.09.
Watch out, the vengeance is coming. Got to be careful here, guys. Just respect your levels like we talked about. That's the key here.
Yeah, market's bouncing a little bit here.
Strong bounce there, guys. Got to risk up to 75. I'm out. Got to get out immediately.
Yeah, SPY's bouncing. SPY just broke highs of the day. It's at 277.
There you go, guys. Major rebound, major buy there. But I'm not overreacting. The demo account's done, though. That thing blew up already. So I'm going to get on my real account. I want to go ahead and keep trading. But just give me a second, guys.
So yeah, this is the market kind of sideways for now. I'm watching the SPX, which is actually the actual S&P, as opposed to the mini S&P with the SPY. But yeah, I'm watching the SPX. SPY is kind of sideways here, but that's the market resumption. All right, market bouncing back a little bit. I hope the market moves up.
I'm such a bear. Let that thing crash.
Nah, man. Market tanks. It's gonna be worse for the overall country.
Gives me a chance to buy. Savage. All right, guys. I'm jumping on my real account here, guys.
Put your trading window up.
Yep. All right, guys. I just want you guys to be able to see it also. You guys see my account manager. You guys see those two accounts. You guys see the demo right there.
We always use the charts.
I thought I put it out there. Oh, didn't hit the share button.
There you go.
Selected it, but didn't hit the share button.
Yeah, no, you're good.
All right, so there you guys see the demo, and then you guys see my real account. My real account balance is right now sitting at 13,871. That demo account right down there, $100 loss there on AMD as it just squeezed up on me. I took a shot on it just in case the market was gonna drop 10% there, and it didn't go down. So now I'm looking to see if this is gonna be an overreaction, and we are gonna get the down move after this. It could just be a bounce back. So I'm not gonna overreact. I'm gonna wait for a second here and then try to take a trade in my real account.
Isaac says, when did this channel become into a philosopher's channel? It always was, bro. It always was, man. We were just a trading channel in disguise, brother. You know? What's up, Bailey? Sitting the day out, not playing with fire. Hope no one gets stuck in the never-ending halts out there. Yeah, market's up, which is great. Market's actually rebounding from the halt. We are up to 277s in the overall SPY, which is good. You know, we are rebounding some. But I'm going to let it calm down. Robin Hood dead again. Not super surprising, you know?
That thing is so gone.
Yeah, dude, it's over with.
If I could short Robin Hood, I would.
No, I wish they were public, bro. I do.
Bro, I'd been hitting that stock right now.
Yeah, sure. Hey,
So the only thing I see strong rebounds in is tech. Do you see that, John?
Well, so the SPY itself and the S&P rebounded. So it rebounded from 270.50 to 270.70. So the SPY is bouncing back. It bounced back maybe, I'd say 10%.
It's still pre-market highs. I needed to get over that 285 for it to be on the bullish sense. This is a normal bounce.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the actual S&P, so SPX. That one's at 2,780. So it's bouncing back.
Let's see where the 15-minute resistance is. All right, let's see if 282s will hold here.
Hey, I appreciate the sub. All right, so the S&P is testing 2800s. We'll see if it gets up there, but we are rebounding. We did just rebound about 30% from that big drop. So we've rebounded effectively. We're over 2800. We have rebounded effectively 30% from that big drop. And so we'll keep updating you guys as we get news, but we are in a very bullish trend with most stocks right now.
All right, we're gonna get near that resistance in the SPY here, which is at 282s.
Riley Lee says, what are the chances of more halts today? And so to understand the halt that we had at the open this morning, it is a regulated halt. So if the market drops 7%, they have to halt the market for 15 minutes. If the market then reaches 13%, they have to halt it for another 15 minutes. And if the stock market drops 20% in one day, they have to shut down the market for that day. And those are per government regulations. And so again, if the market drops 7%, which is what it did at the open, they had to halt it for 15 minutes. And so the only way we're going to see more halts today are if the market hits that 13% level, or that 20% level will close down the market for the rest of the day. And again, that's all per government regulations. And they're all circuit breaker halts. And I can go ahead and just read what Thinkorswim says, which is that based on market regulation, the following circuit breaker rules will apply for today if met. If the SPX, which is the overall S&P 500, drops 7%, that's a 15-minute halt. 13%, 15-minute halt. 20% trading suspended for the day.
All right, be careful here, guys. We're starting to get that pullback. I think here's where you're going to see if the bears were really in at the open. If you see massive volume on this pullback here, I don't think the buyers really stepped in there. That's not too big of a move in the SPY.
How much money you made so far? None. I haven't traded at all. Mitch traded a challenge account, but he hasn't traded his live account yet. We're letting the market calm down some, I think. At least I am. I mean, we've been seeing that with some of this volatility, Daniel. I would just be careful trading today, brother. Again, this volatility in the market is going to impact a lot of stuff, and so I would be careful. I would just be careful, and if you feel like you need to not trade today, I would hang it up, depending on what you're getting. Mine seem okay right now, but it depends. This is a severe amount of volatility that we got in the overall market, and so I think that there's nothing wrong with just kind of taking a break and being safe. Yeah, I'm too scared to trade right now, too much right now. I mean, we'll see. I'm watching some stocks, but seeing individual halts in some stocks due to volatility. Alright, so just to give you guys a little idea of what the market has done, specifically the real S&P 500 here, this is what the S&P 500 looks like right now. And so this was the 7% drop, just to really break it down for everybody here. This was the 7% drop that caused the market to get halted right here. This was the open right here. And this was the 7% drop that caused this halted market. Now, since that drop, we have gotten this, which by my looks of it is roughly a third, a little bit over a third, maybe like 35% is what it's looking like. And so we have gotten that since. And we are kind of waiting to see what happens here. The last 5 minutes or so, we've been pulling back a little bit, but nothing too major, and we're just kind of analyzing where we're at right now. But that is basically what the market has done since this halt occurred right at the open this morning. And so again, this is the big 7% drop that caused the halt. This is what we've done. This is the halted time frame, and then this is what we've done since then, which is rebounded. Like I said, it looks like roughly where we're at now is about 30%, maybe a little bit less.
Yeah, it looks strong right now. I'm watching Square that moves with the overall market a lot. The one that cracked down and I think is halted again is NIO. Or INO. That one that was going parabolic.
Oh yeah, I know, coronavirus stock.
Yeah, that thing just tanked on everybody that was trying to long that. We're talking a bad move too. Yeah. $2 halt. You were long that one, you got caught really badly.
How can I recover from Tesla going from 802 to this?
I don't even know what to say about that.
Wait is what I would do. If I was you, I'd just wait. You know what I mean? Like that. Especially if you're long in stocks right now and you're getting hurt by this pullback, markets probably will recover. It just depends on how long you have to wait. But that's what I would do. Is wait. A lot of money is lost in trading and from traders trying to recoup, and sometimes it's best to just not trade.
Getting some rebound there. Let's see if the SPY wants to do a VWAP bounce.
Alright, so the SPY is dropping, or the S&P is dropping back down, filling some of this move. Alright, just to give y'all some overall numbers that just came out. SOCGen cuts Brent Q2 average price by $25 to $30. Cuts Q3 average price by $22 and $35. Cuts fourth quarter average price by $18 to $40. The number of UK coronavirus cases has risen to 319 versus the previous 273, according to the Health Ministry. U.S. employment trends for February was at 108.96, with a previous of 110.2. And so that's some market news that just came out. The German economy minister says COS was hit by the COVID-19 and will get the help they need. Government will propose liquidity measures this week, and the EU summit will discuss impact on March 26th. France is also seeking to delay upcoming bank stress tests as macro environment change due to the coronavirus. The Lyondell Houston refinery gasoline unit repairs may last through the week of April. Easy finance ministers have raised possibility with bank supervisors of giving firms struggling with virus impact more time than usual 90 days before their debt is classified as non-performing loans. Alright, so we are getting a nice rebound here in the market. Think we'll hit the second breaker today? No. I hope not, at least. But I doubt we will. We would have to hit 13% for that to happen. And so right now we're actually rebounding. We're up about 35% from the previous drop that we took. So we'll see. Again, just to show you guys, this is the S&P right now. So this was the big 7% drop. This was the rebound, and we are right around those levels. So I'd say, what does this look like? We're at about 35-40%. Not 40%, maybe 35. It looks like a 35% rebound from those previous lows put in from that 7% drop. Kind of narrate these for people here. I want to cry. I've already lost $1,000. Yeah, man. Like I said, listen, these things happen in the market. They do. And every time in history the market has come back. You know, of course, that varies from how long it took to come back. Black Friday took a year or two. 2008, took a little while. And so if you have long enough, the market usually is going to come back on you. And so don't be too stressed. It's sometimes the market's just a waiting game. And, it'll be all right. Okay, well, thank you, sir. I feel like I'm a good DJ, I got a good ear for it.
All right, guys, looking at EMPH right now.
Yeah, this is from the oil drop and also just the overall coronavirus outbreak. We are pushing up some more here. Alright, so it looks like we have now rebounded roughly 50%. So we've retraced 50% from that big 7% drop. And so it looks like the market has rebounded roughly 50% from this big halt, this big drop, this big 7% drop that we took at the open that caused this halt. So look, we have rebounded roughly 50%, so roughly halfway back. Yeah, well, Nathan, man, the last week or two has been a strange market, brother. And so it hasn't been working for me either the last 2 weeks. Just because, again, the market is a little bit different than what it usually is like. But the point is, for 4 months prior to that, it worked really well. And so, you know, it's one of those things where the market is kind of extenuating circumstances. And, you know, like I said, I've been having a struggle in this market as well. We're getting kind of a lot of, strange action in the market, to say the least, the last 2 weeks.
Looking at EMPH, possible long off the VWAP here.
What's up, Jarvie?
SPY is what's concerning me. Keeps hitting that resistance at 282.
Alright, as you guys can see here, we are getting another little dip here. Let's see if this previous high of the day right here this previous high right here holds at 2800 roughly, at 2800.05, 2805. Let's see if that holds as support here for the S&P. Today's a little bit different, guys, considering the huge fundamental moves that we're taking in the overall market. Instead of watching the SPY, I'm actually watching the S&P, like the real S&P, because I think there can be fluctuations and differences between that and the SPY, and I'm trying to see what the actual market is doing. So, that's what I'm really watching here. You'll see me watch this a little bit more today, which again is SPX and Thinkorswim, but it's just the overall S&P 500.
Yeah, I haven't really wanted it long. I think the SPY is playing an effect on me. I just see it holding that resistance there at 282. I really wanted to possibly take EMPH here off of 4620s. I had a chance there to risk 20 cents there.
Are you out for the day? I mean, I'm waiting until we get some type of trend confirmation in some of these. I'm just being very careful today considering the volatility.
I like EMPH and AMRN.
Did anybody see the UFC event that took place this weekend? Did anybody see Joanna's head after that fight with Zhang?
She's a Martian, man.
Did you see that, bro? Dude, that was the best fight of the night. I was highly disappointed on the Romero versus Adesanya fight. But dude, that Joanna versus Zhang Li fight was a great fight. And I was so happy Joanna lost. Number one, I think Chinese.
That reminds me.
Yeah, go ahead.
That reminds me why I don't get into UFC.
Dude, you gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Listen, I do not like Joanna. I was glad she lost, honestly. I thought, and especially with the coronavirus, I think the Chinese need that right now, man. I think they need that pride right now. They need it, man. And I was happy. Zhang's a beast and a killer. Joanna is too cocky, you know. Yeah, AMD bounced twice off the VWAP. Yeah, for sure. And I'm not saying VWAP bounces and fades don't work. I'm just saying the last 2 weeks have been a little bit tough for me, specifically. The few months prior to that, I was banking money and just, incredible accuracy prior to that. The last 2 weeks have been, a little tough. And that happens in the market. It's not always going to be super favorable for your strategies. You know what I mean? They're not going to work in every market. Yeah, man. Everybody's mad at Yoel for not fighting, but he was at least trying to catch Adesanya. Adesanya was just backing up the whole fight, And I think Yoel did more damage, but it is what it is. I think I like Adesanya as a fighter. I just didn't like him in that fight. Yeah, it was bad, Tiny. It was bad, man. It was rough. Yeah, it's hard to match that main event for sure, or that co-main. All right, so yeah, we are up over 50%, slightly over 50% from the lows. We're breaking highs in the market. It's looking good. And honestly, right now, I'm kind of just, I want to see the market go up. Maybe a flag here on MU. Kind of looks like a flag forming on MU. Pull back to the VWAP maybe. If we get that, I might consider it. But again, I'm being very patient today, guys. I don't want to take too much risk.
Got to be.
Oh yeah, Sean O'Malley. I was bummed to see him have to take such a long layoff, Tiny. I was really bummed for that because he's an amazing fighter and he did that. Great fighter. But yeah, beautiful first round KO. Did really well. So.
All right, resistance still holding strong on the SPY, guys. You guys, I've been calling out this 282. I mean, I have a 07. You don't have to be that precise, but 282 to hold above here is what I need to see for me to think bullish for the day. If it rejects off this 282 again, I think we might head down towards that VWAP, and I'll start looking for it to tackle down stocks. XLU pushing out. And I've tried to trade that one, but I've never really nailed it. I've had times where I've had to look even the direction. Can't find the pattern there. Today has a measurable read there as it's just broken about that resistance line, but I'm not going to go ahead and chase it now. I'm just going to let it go. There you go. We just pushed through the 282. Let's see if we can get above it and hold.
Yeah, so we broke another previous high right there in SPX. So we're up to 2,822. We'll see what happens there. But the S&P is slightly breaking that previous move up. Well, we got a second, guys. Smash that like button if you haven't already. We do this live for free every day right here on YouTube. And so hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already as well. Stockton. What? INO? Yeah. Sean is a great fighter. I'd like to see how he looks with higher competition. Yeah, for sure. He's a great fighter for sure. I'd like to see him versus a good wrestler. I like him, so I kind of don't want to see him versus that, but I'd like to see how he would do versus like a NCAA wrestler.
.282's holding there on the. Let's see if it starts cracking down here.
Alright, so we are going to dip in MU, AMD.
Yeah, let's see if the SPY gets some volume here on the downside here.
Beginner trading, what account size did you start off with on this challenge, stocks or options? Or which challenge?
Probably what I took.
Oh, if you're talking about Mitch's challenge, they just gave him 10K. That's what you start off with on the
on the challenge.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Hey, I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back.
Alright, guys. Seeing some crackdown there. Not too bad so far. I see a little bounce here, and then I can take a short.
Alright, I'm back. And so yeah, so just to show you guys what's going on here, the S&P is dropping some. Like I said, I'm really observing this today, but this is the S&P right now. Looks like we're building up some support at this 1800, at this 2800 level, and hopefully we can remain above this previous high at 2806 or so. But that's really what I'm observing now. We got 81 likes, guys. Smash that like button. Let's bring this up to over 100 today. Nah, I didn't have to take a dump. I had to go. My wife just got home. If you guys heard the door close. So yeah, let's just run over to make sure she's alright. You know. I'm not that fast when I go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? I damn sure wouldn't be that quick if I did. You know.
All right, watching the patterns that are holding long. Holding long is MU, AMD, AMAT. Very similar charts. I'm going to try to take trades on these depending on which direction they go. AMD, MU, AMAT. Pretty much all very similar charts for me. See that 82 holding well there on the SPY. All right, guys. Oh, I know what it is. Let me see if I can get the same pricing. I didn't switch my accounts, and I would have got in there at 95s, guys. I hit the short. I'm annoyed right now. Let's see if we get it.
S&P's dipping to 2,800 just now.
I wanted it right there. Wanted 95s. Let's see if I can get it again. I'll take the shot off 45.06. Ooh, it triggered there. Let's see if we can get the stop right here. And I'll try to get in there. All right. Just got in there, guys. 100 shares there, shorted at 44.97. Risk is 45.06. Anything above that, immediately get out because it could squeeze.
All right, so we're back under the $2,800 level here for the SPY. The next big support level in the S&P, or in the S&P, I mean, the next big support level in the S&P 500 is roughly 2,780.
There you go, looking good here for me. I'm gonna hold here just in case we get a big down move here.
But yeah, the big support level in the overall market is 2,780. That's the next big level, I think.
All right, be careful. The swings are gonna come right now, so just respect your levels.
What do you suggest me to invest in? Nothing. I'm not. We don't tell people to invest here. We don't tell people what to do. We just trade in front of people more so than anything. I don't want to tell people the wrong answer, you know.
Right, just got to be careful. SPY rebounded significantly there. I think the 282 is going to be very important here. You got to be careful with anything above 45s for AMD.
I might take a little baby position in MU of like 20 shares, you know.
Yeah, that's what I tried to do. I tried to take a share size that if I lose, I'm not going to be upset.
Right.
So all you can do is take a shot.
Yeah.
There's the S&Ps going for those 282s. Above those 282s, I'm going to start looking for longs, but right here, about to get out. Got a little push out there on AMD. I'm not going to test it because the push out after that is significant.
S&P bounced to $2,812 roughly.
Oh, now if you wanted a flip trade, this is a long setup off of 82s and 64s for AMD.
So yeah, this is the S&P right now, guys. Bounced at that big support level right here at 2,794. The next big level, if it does ever break underneath this level should be pretty influential right there. So we'll see. We also have that previous high of the day at 2805 for the S&P 500.
See what happens here.
Texas Trader says I would suggest scratch off lotto tickets at the gas station to invest in. Right. I don't know about this market, dude. I don't know about this market. We'll see.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one, guys. Limit your risk.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I did there, guys. I only lost $16. I'm not trying to put myself in a world of hurt for no reason. With high volatility, you can set smaller risk, look for the bigger range reward when you get it right.
Yeah, we're just in a highly volatile day today, guys.
That's 282s, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm watching the S&P where it's kind of the highs on the S&P are up to like 28, 22. You know, they got a few important highs here. The SPY is actually a little bit more bullish than the overall S&P today. The SPY actually moved up at the open, which was weird because the S&P just tanked down. But you know, for the last for the last 15 minutes or so, we've just been a little sideways for the S&P. It's just been going up and then back down and then up and then back down, and so we'll see.
All right, let's see if it goes for those 282s and you see a big volume pop at that 282 resistance on the overall market, at least I'm watching the SPY. I'm looking for it to break that in with high volume, because that's what we would need to see if we're going to see a big rebound day. Let's see what we get. Here comes the volatility again.
So yeah, it looks like the previous high of the day on the S&P is holding roughly at 2805 or so. We're at 2809 now. I should YOLO 50K in the spot puts, right?
Sure. No.
All sarcasm.
Said nobody.
Yeah. I don't know.
Nah, I like if you're trying to play options, look for what they call volatility option plays. There's a lot of times are what they call iron condors, credit spreads, and those are the ones I would suggest. You could do a price straddle. There's a bunch of different volatility option strategies. That's why I don't even mess with options, because there's so many different ways to trade it and to hedge and to kind of have strategies. So there you go. At least AMD came in there with 400,000 shares and broke above the resistance line. I'm going to see if it gets a continuous pump here through the 45.50s. If that one does start making a move up, I'll be looking at MU, because MU looks decent there. It's really going to be on what the SPY is going to do here.
After buying shares and you're waiting, what are your eyes looking at while you wait for selling a position? It depends.
The only thing you should worry once you got an entry is your plan that you establish, so that your risk and your reward. A lot of the times new traders try to read price action way too much, and usually they just don't have the experience to read the price action to determine subjectively if they should get out. So I always recommend, especially for beginner traders, to be more objective with their entries and exits. Have that plan set, take a planned approach, and just go off of that planned approach. MU looking interesting as AMD's holding and pushing up.
S&P is up to 2812.
Triple bottom there for MU there at 47.06, 05s.
Yeah, I'm in with like 40 shares of MU.
On long side or short?
Long.
Not bad. What's the average you got?
47.20.
Not too bad. I like it.
Yeah, we'll see what the market does. Market pushes up, should be good, you know.
Yeah, I agree. If the market holds, you should be more than fine.
Yeah, that's why it's just a little baby trade just to give me something to do. If you guys want to
Yeah,
watch
that's
it,
what
y'all
you
can.
gotta do. One that I'm watching also, guys, just to let you guys know, is AMRN. It's just holding. That SPY and that 282, man, doesn't want to break it.
Is the objective approach so you can lose and learn from your loss? What do you mean?
I mean, if you understand what you did and you took the right approach, meaning that you match your strategy that you want to take, then yeah, you could be objective and look back and learn from it.
Right.
The real key is figuring out what you can do day in and day out. This is what I literally just put a video on, guys. If you really want to start being profitable, you have to develop that system and follow that system day in, day out.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, so MU's dropping here. I'm down like $10. I'm going to watch this overall market here. I might jump out. I'm not trying to get caught in this necessarily here, to be honest. So I'm going to jump out here for an $11 loss and just play it safe. You know, I could hold and it might actually move back up. Doesn't really look that bad here, but I don't think the risk is worth the reward here. So I'm just going to wait. Market is pulling back to 2804. Again, the next big level is at 2800 for the S&P, and underneath that it's at 2780 or so. Alright, so we're getting some UK news here. First one says the UK expects to table a number of legal texts, including a draft FTA, before the next round of talks next week, according to BBC's Fleming. White House economic stimulus meeting is expected this afternoon, according to officials cited by VOA's Herman. And UK PM Johnson was today urged to unleash a, quote, aggressive battle against the coronavirus, now to stop the outbreak, spiraling within weeks, according to reports. Robinhood's still down.
Alright. I think if we are going to get a surge, it should come within the next couple of candles. Even the 15-minute is starting to create a triple top there. Alright, here's a SPY turning around, getting some volume there, guys. 1 million shares. Watch for that 282 breakout.
It's called FOMO at the moment. Yeah, for sure. the money you think you could have made versus the money you actually make are often not the same. Yeah, that's accurate, I would say too.
And that's why you got to stick to your reward targets just as much as you would stick to your risk. Because if you don't, you just lose all mathematical advantage and all the hard work you put in. Couple thousand shares added there in MU at 45s, 05s, and 15s. People are really watching this SPY here. These 282s. Did you get that wick? All right. Let me see what's going on in the SPY.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. Both of them. S&P and SPY.
Okay.
And Dow Jones. I got all of them up. I got the Dow Jones, I got the SPY, and I got the S&P up. They're all doing the same thing, which is kind of consolidating, slightly upward trend.
No. All right, let's see if it goes for the rip.
We got 96 likes, guys. We need 4 more beautiful likes. Hit that like button, guys. You know you want to help us. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Show your support. We day trade live on stream every single day right here on YouTube for free. Not experts and gurus. We just try to teach people what works for us. We're just trading the market live. If you want to see what that's actually like without us actually charging you for anything, hit that subscribe button. Show your support. And that like button. Sorry. S&P pulling back to 2806.
There's the S&Ps pulling back there, not going through those 281s.
Yeah, I had taken 100 shares of MU for a second, got out for like a $10 or a $9 loss. I noticed the S&P started to lose momentum on the upside, so that was enough to scare me out, but not trading too much today, guys. I'm just kind of trying to protect myself.
All right.
There we go.
All right, guys, just bought some there on MU.
I had to open a beer this morning already, drowning my sorrows. Does the like button really matter that much? I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of bored today, honestly. I'm trying not to trade that much, and so, you know.
I mean, it helps us, guys. Yeah, why not? It helps other traders get to see it. You know, one of the biggest things is we want to reach more traders, and if you guys hit that like, we can reach other traders, and you know how much it is to get help. You know, every trader needs a good source for help, and that's really what we are. We're a source for help here, a community that you can come to and learn without paying thousands of dollars, absolutely free. And I think that's what is the big kind of benefit that we offer here.
Yep.
All right, guys, seeing this drop right here, got to be smart here. This could be a big drop here.
Hasn't been too bad, just wasn't ready for the open today. Yeah, for sure. I wasn't expecting it either. It was surprising. I've never seen that before, so, you know, a little scary.
Market heading down there. Let's see if the volume gets big here. Just gotta be careful.
Daniel says, do you have a volume limit or cap that you won't go near? And like I said, I try to stay away from low volume, low liquidity stocks, because with less volumes, the patterns and trends are less likely to stick. Less people are watching for them, and so you know, they're just less likely to follow through and actually move forward with lower volume. So
all right, just gotta be careful here. Still seeing down momentum right now. Want to see you swing back here.
Manic says, how am I bored? I'm bored because the S&P and Dow Jones have been roughly sideways for the last 40 minutes or so. We had a lot of volatility this morning, and I wasn't bored this morning, but since the last 30-45 minutes, we've just been roughly sideways. Plus, I'm trying not to trade that much, so. Hey, I appreciate it, AY. Thank you, brother. Alright, so the S&P is actually testing that $2,800 support level. Yeah, Trent says SPY unpredictable, sitting flat. Yeah, I feel you. Is everyone green today? No. I appreciate the sub, W. Welcome to the team, man. I appreciate it. So we did break that 2,800 level. When will be the fine day to stop this? Yeah, I don't know. Gaurav, I don't know, brother. We'll see. You know, there's going to be a major market move like this, usually a few times everybody's lifetime. You know, we had one in October of 1987. We have one in 2008. You know, we'll see what this is.
All right, gotta be careful here, guys. MU dropping here. Just gotta stay to my limit. Don't mind losing $50 today. It's fine. Anything that Feds came out with today that could affect the market right around here, it would be probably around this time too that they would come out with the information. I know they were going to have an emergency meeting. People were concerned if there was going to be another emergency interest rate cut.
All right, so the S&P is down to 2793.
All right, guys, just taking my shot here, at least for the day. If it breaks down through 75, that's my out right now.
AMD close to the VWAP. Yeah, for sure.
Doesn't look like this probably wants to bounce, but let's see here. Type VWAP.
Alright, so the next big level, if you're watching the S&P 500, which is again SPX on Thinkorswim, the next big level is 2780. That 2780 is that low from that first move up. 2780s roughly is a big low there, and so I think that's the next big level now that we've broken under that 2800 level. So that's what we're watching, see if we can hold or if it breaks below that. Just kind of consistently watching the market today, guys.
Gotta really be careful here, guys.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't necessarily be worried about it, Kay. She said more people died when driving texting than people died from the coronavirus, but and that's probably true, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't be concerned. The issue with the coronavirus is not how many people died from it, it's more so about how easily it spreads and how it negatively affects the older people in the population. that's what's the most concerning thing. I mean, the mortality rate is actually fairly low for people my age and kids and stuff, but
I got it, man. It's the baby boomers. They're scared.
yeah, honestly, and I'm like I said, I'm scared for my dad and mom. You know, they're older.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's what the fears are. It's not that, you know, it's highly dangerous and that people are just always dying from it. It's easily spread, and it definitely negatively affects the older population pretty severely. And so I think that is the big concern with it. All right, S&P's at 2787.
Got to be careful here, guys. You have to pay attention. Have to pay close attention here.
So M says, I thought the S&P and the SPY were the same thing. So the SPY is the mini S&P. It's made up of less companies. Or no, actually, I think it is the S&P. It's just more leveraged. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it's just the mini S&P, but it's just leveraged, so it's more volatile. Let me see. Yeah, it's the S&P 500. It's just more leverage, so it doesn't do exactly the same thing. All right, so the S&P is now down to that 2780 level I talked about. And so
yeah, below VWAP now.
Yeah.
I want this surge to come right now and come big. If not, probably just gonna get out. There you go, looking good here. Want to see the SPY bounce back. Lots and lots of volume just jumped in the SPY. So let's see what happens right here.
All right, so we're bouncing right there, right at that 2780 level that I talked about. Just to show you guys my map real quick, this is what I drew out before any of this, and you can see how well it actually followed this previous low down here. It wasn't exactly at 2780, it was more so at 2782, but I was using that previous low as a marker there, and it did bounce exactly where I thought it would, right there. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it continues to hold that level of support. We're still up from the big drop, but, you know, we'll see if it holds.
All right, looking for pullbacks towards 4689, 4685s. Limit order to add at 4684s right now. All right, hard turn back there. Let's see if the support holds now. I did get a kind of a move trying to break out there, so I need to really hold now towards the support and make sure that support holds, because the SPY just flipped on me. Even though it went green there for a second, it's now lower than it was.
Yeah, S&P's below that 2782 level.
Definitely dangerous. Yeah, it's definitely one of those days you want to control your capital. Always very important in trading, guys, is controlling your capital.
$7.5 billion people in the world. 3% of that is 225,900,000 people. Yeah, for sure.
Big pullback here.
We're bouncing a little bit at 2780s.
All right, guys, gonna hold to 91s now. Just risk about 6 cents. Want to see it hold there. No matter what, if it somehow sinks in the 80s to 82s, you have to immediately get out. There you go, 90s got picked up. Let's see if it breaks out now.
So oil is bouncing back some.
I want to see 278.44s hold on the SPY. As that moves in the 80s, you got to be careful, guys. I'm seeing the SPY drop here. 82, nice. No matter what, I'll get out.
See you, Buzz. Later, brother.
Not gonna fight it. $80s on the bid there. I might just get out right here. 78, got to get out. Respect it. Not gonna fight. Just gonna get out there, guys. Take about $30 or $40 on the downside in the account, and that's fine. I don't want to continue swinging today. I can tell that I'm not on point. The market's not matching the patterns. We could get a dip here or a breakout, but it's really sideways, trapping a bunch of traders. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Save my money. But like always, guys, if you guys want to go ahead and check out the platform that John and I use every single day, it's a high quality platform that allows you to get a funded account package. The best thing about these funded account packages is you're not going to have to stick to the PDT rule. You're going to be able to get as much buying power. I have an account here, an intro. You get as much buying power as 14,000. Right now I have about 13,000 in there, 13,870. But the real key is that you can go ahead and long and short stocks. They give you, not only do they give you a funded account, they give you a demo to practice. You get access to a professional chat room, and you get a professional trading course. At the end of the day, I definitely think it's the best bang for your buck. And risk and reward wise, it really makes sense with paper platforms costing as much as $120, sometimes $160. Definitely save your money in trading. One of the things that I can definitely suggest is the more money you have, of course, the less emotional attachment you'll have towards that money. So what you want to do is always try to find something that can use to your strengths and advantages. That's why I use TradeNet. It allows me not only to trade long, but trade short. Took 2 trades short today, took a trade long. I always want to be able to trade both ways. I always noticed that when I was only biased towards one direction, I never was able to go ahead and go in the other direction, even if I knew the trade was heading that way. So definitely find the strengths and weaknesses that can help you. I definitely think TradeNet is a great advantage for the beginner trader, so definitely check it out.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. No PDT rule shorting ability, a lot of cool benefits from it. It's a great way to help support our channel. Naturally, we're going to be biased for them, but a good way to help support us. So there's the link in the chat if you want to check it out. All right, brother. Later, man.
All right, guys. You guys have a great one. Take care.
All right, guys, we'll see what I get today. I mean, I'm down $20, small. The only thing I kind of like right now is CGC dip. Doesn't look bad. Cannabis dip. I don't hate it. But we just gotta watch the market. If the market's too volatile today, guys, and it's just not my day, I'm just not gonna trade. I know that's not the most entertaining stream, but I'm not gonna force it just to, just to give you guys something to watch. So we'll see what we get. But the trading challenge, I got you. You wanna? Yeah, I'll post that link if you wanna check it out. Yeah, here's the trading challenge if you want like a free way to try to win one of these packages. You make like $500 in net profit in 5 days with a 10,000 demo account. While you're following their rules, you win a free account with them. And so there's the link for that if you want to check that out too. I might get in with 100 shares here of CGC. We'll take a little swing. A little baby swing though, it's not anything big. Hey, I appreciate it. Austin, thanks, brother. EJ's asking, is it a demo account? So the challenge is a demo account. The actual package, like Mitch and I trade with live every day, is not a demo account, and it operates like a prop firm. And so there's like a 70-30 split with their base package, with the intro package. It's $3.99. They give you a $14,000 funded account. And there's a 70-30 split with a $700 max loss. And so if you take the $14,000 funded account and you go below $13,300, they close you down. And then if you make $1,000 in net profit, let's say, they keep $300 of that, you keep $700. But it's not a demo account. It's actually a funded account that you can make money on. It comes with a demo account for a few weeks as well. And it comes with like a course and all that stuff. But yeah, there's a platform fee of $15. There is commissions, which are pretty cheap. Like it's $150 per trade, and it's $150 per trade minimum, and then it's like 0.0075 per share after that. And so what that tells you is that you can trade mid and high cap stocks that have big ranges, and if you buy less than like 200, 300 shares, your commission is like $3-4 for a complete round trip. So it's actually very cheap as well. I'm gonna buy another 100 shares here of CGC. See if we get a quick bounce up to like 14 or something. Market's rebounding a little bit. Maybe that'll help me. Hey, I appreciate that. What is that? 200. Let me see how much that is. I appreciate the super chat though. Shout out to sorry, I can't pronounce your name, but I appreciate the donation, brother. Really do. Hey, that's a $20. Oh no, wait. Okay, so that is a $2 donation. But hey, I appreciate it still. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Shout out to my man with the $2 donation. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, I figured it was yen, but I didn't know for sure. Alright, so we are getting a nice little bounce here in CGC. I'm in with 200 shares, so pretty small. Market's actually rebounding quickly here, though, which should be beneficial for me here. I appreciate it, Jacob. Is it time to get an INO? I don't know, man. INO is a coronavirus stock, right? Like I said, I would be careful. I would be careful specifically fundamentally investing in some of these stocks, right? Because a lot of penny stocks specifically are just jumping into the coronavirus hype. You'll see a lot of releases that came out in the last few weeks that says like, oh, we are considering our drug might be beneficial for the coronavirus, and everybody is now saying that, right? It doesn't mean it's actually true, and they're using it to fluff up their stock price to a certain extent, and that's what you want to really understand. And so the point is, I would be careful fundamentally investing in a lot of these companies. I don't think there's withdrawal fees. You have to pay a $15 a month platform fee, which, if you're being objective, is actually pretty cheap relative to a lot of the other platforms. Like DOS is like $100 and something a month. And so yeah, it's like $15 a month for platform fees. I am day trading. I'm gonna play it safe here, take half of this off, because like I said, I'm buying 200 shares. My commission for this trade is like $3, and so you know, I'm keeping most of this money, and so I'm just gonna protect myself in this trade and hold 100 shares, maybe add back. Depends on what the market does. Hey, dude. You want some veggie sticks? Yeah, buddy, come here.
Wait, is this
Yeah, this is veggie sticks.
what flavor?
These are barbecue. Yeah, barbecue. There you go. That's my son. All right, just to again protect myself a little bit more, I'm gonna take another half off here. Hold the last little bit in case we get a much larger move that I could probably just hang it up instead of stop and walk away from. Yeah, thanks guys. Yeah, he's a good kid. He's smart. He's a little math prodigy is what he is, man. I could ask that kid. That kid's 6. I could ask him, Jack, I could be like, hey, what's 36 plus 12? You know, and he'll immediately answer 48. Just like that. Like, he doesn't use his fingers. He doesn't have to count. That kid is like a little savant in math. And you know, when I was his age, I was using my fingers and doing all that stuff. He doesn't use his fingers. You ask him a math question, he answers it like that. Like, you know. So he's a little math savant. I'm gonna teach him programming and trading from a young age. He should be a little savant at both of them.
You know he's actually right.
Oh look.
And I actually do.
He heard me. Here, go eat, buddy. Hey, what's up, Aziza? I should. Buy oil? Huh, maybe. Market's running up. Should drag everything else up, but the market's back up to over 2,800, which is really good. We needed that. We really needed that. So market's back up. Yeah, he's smart for sure. Alright, so we're getting a big push up in the market, which is great. We really needed this. I'm going to add another 50 shares, keep this 100 shares, look for a breakout over the whole dollar here, and you know, try to ride this up a little bit more. Quick drop. Maybe it wasn't the right move to add that 50 shares, but we'll see. I'll let it work. Is IGOV a stock? I'm not sure what IGOV is. I tried to look it up earlier because somebody was talking about, but honestly, I don't know what that is. Okay, so this is the Treasury Stock, or ETF. Man, pop-ups, man. You see those pop-ups? They're just like, hey. Alright, market's moving up, which is good. Trying to see. I'm watching the S&P pretty closely here. We are getting a little bit of a pullback. I'm gonna get out here. I got out a half there. This pullback in the S&P is making me a little bit uncomfortable. But we are over 2,800. And I'm just gonna let the last little bit hold here. Do you like low float? No. I've said it before. This is honestly how I genuinely feel about low float stocks. I think that low floats are easily manipulated, and that I think one of the biggest problems, and if you're a new trader, try to listen to what I'm about to say. Seriously, try to listen to what I'm about to say, and leave subjectivity out of it. Okay, try to look at this in an objective light, right? I think when new traders get started in the market, I think what do? Right? They YouTube they YouTube day trading, and what do they get? Right? They get Tim Sykes, they get penny stock gurus pushing their trading courses, pushing low float stocks, and understandably so, because it's really easy to market and be like, hey, look at me, I'm making 1,000% gain in a day. You know, buy my penny stock course. You know, for $5,000, buy my penny stock course. It's really easy to market to new traders that way. The reality is that penny stocks are highly unpredictable, and you know the reason gurus push penny stocks a lot of the time is because they're front loading onto low float stocks. They are buying up shares of these low float, which means easily manipulated stocks, and they're telling all of their followers to buy it at once, subsequently pushing the value of that stock up, and then they are profiting from it, right? But if you're a new trader, like I said, listen to me here. Penny stocks are far less easy to predict. It's harder to be successful trading penny stocks. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying you can't do it. What I am saying, though, I'm going to get out here and just make my money. What I am saying, though, is that they are much harder to predict. They're less reliable. And penny stock gurus are marketing to new traders because it's easy to market to new traders in that light. You know, if you really think about it, it's hard to even test penny stock strategies because a penny stock might run up for 5 days and then never run up again. It's hard to test a penny stock in general because it might run for 5 days and then it'll never run again. And I think a lot of times new traders get stuck in penny stock limbo because, again, as a new trader, what do? You Google or you YouTube day trading, and what do you get? You get gurus pushing prop money in Lamborghinis trying to sell you courses, and it's part of the trading world, and again, I think it's much harder to be successful in that way. And I think a lot of the time traders get mad at me for saying this because, you know, they get all these dreams built up where I'm going to make $1 million in 2 months by buying this penny stock course, and I'm going to make $1 million and prove everyone that doubted me wrong. And so when I tell them, hey, look, you know, this is how it is, I'm attacking their dreams, and so they hate me. You know, they get mad at me in the chat or whatever, and that's part of it, you know, but because I'm attacking their dreams with reality. I'm the buzzkill, and nobody likes a buzzkill, but that's how I genuinely feel about it. Maybe I'm biased because I never had that good of results trading penny stocks, but I'd like to think that it makes sense if you really think about it objectively. I'm not saying Tim's a scammer. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying that's what you get. And I think, you know, I think when you advertise by showing people Lamborghinis and prop money, you know what I mean? I think it's just going to attract new traders, you know, and it is what it is. I'm not saying he's a scammer. I'm not saying some of the stuff Tim teaches is legit. I'm not hating on Tim specifically. I'm just saying that there's a lot of people like that in the trading world. And again, like I said, if you say that, a lot of the time people that have paid for those courses, they're so desperate to justify that expense, and so they'll defend them until death. They'll never say a bad word about them because it hurts to say a bad thing about them, because again, I'm attacking their dreams, and it's a very tough thing for a trader to accept. You know, it is what it is. Don't tell the truth, John. You will have more friends. Absolutely, man. This channel would, listen, if I really wanted to grow this channel, I would stop live streaming because I make way more money if I don't live stream, and I just post a daily video. Would make way more money than you do live streaming. And if I just promoted penny stock strategies and patterns for beginners, I'd make bank and my channel would grow twice as fast. But I can't do that, man. I can't just jump on that bandwagon. I just can't do it. Yeah. I'll say this though, some penny stock gurus are selling you 5-year-old DVDs for $1,000. You know, and people are going to try to justify that, but the market changes so much in 5 years. Yeah, you know, like I said, some are selling 5-year-old DVDs for $1,000. You know, I'm not going to say who. I'm just going to say that is out there, and some people are buying it, you know. So I guess you can't really get mad at them for it. And I'll tell you this, most information is publicly available for free already online, you know. And like I'm saying, I'm not saying you can't make money with penny stocks. I'm just saying it's more difficult to. It's more risky and ultimately more difficult to. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying you can't do it consistently. I'm just saying it's more difficult and it's more risky for new traders who usually end up losing. Damn ethics, I hate it also. Yeah, for sure, man. You know, you gotta love it. Like I said, man, you know, people get so emotional about it too, right? I'm just telling you how. Look, it's a subjective opinion. You know, obviously, it's a subjective opinion. I'm not the best trader in the world. I'm not an expert. I'm not a guru. I'm telling you, from somebody that's traded for years and that understands the market, you know, to a certain extent. That is what new traders have to deal with. And again, people that have already paid for those courses are going to be desperate to justify that expense. And so what do they say? They say, it's the greatest ever. I've learned so much by spending $5,000 on this course. It's the greatest ever. You know, because again, in their mind, they got to justify it. It's psychology. I get it. You know, kind of same thing, like I've said before. Same thing with like a pyramid scheme, right? You try to talk your friend out of a pyramid scheme. What are they going to say? They're going to say, oh no, this is a great financial opportunity. They're going to defend it. They got to justify it. I get it, you know. But in the end, the reality is most information on trading is publicly available for free, you know. And penny stocks are more risky trades than normal stocks. And again, subjective opinion, you know. I'm not saying you can't make money with penny stocks. I'm saying it's harder and more risky too, especially for a new trader, you know. Alright guys, well, I am up a whopping, I'm balling out of control today, guys. I'm up $8. Up $8. I'm actually kind of happy about it. You know, if I could come out green, I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Kind of a scary day, team. You know? And listen, like I said, to be fair, I'm not talking about specifically Tim Sykes here. Tim Sykes has got some really good videos and content on extension levels and trading off of extension, momentum-based extension. I'm not mad at Tim Sykes. I get it. You know, I'm just saying, I'm not talking about anybody in particular here. I'm talking about a whole genre of you know, things. And you know, like I said, I'm genuinely just trying to look out for the new trader, because I think new trader has got to get through so much marketing and advertising from people. And a lot of times, like I said, new traders, they get so stuck on trading penny stocks that they just, you know, they refuse to exit it, because if they move on to different stocks, again, they're quitting up their dream. You know, and when I criticize certain gurus, it means I'm attacking their dream. You know, a lot of times traders will have that fantasy. I'm going to make, you know, $1 million in 6 months based off of this penny stock course, and I'm going to prove everybody wrong. You know, I'm going to prove everybody wrong. I'm going to make all this money, and I'm going to be rich, and my life's going to change. And so when you tell them, like, hey, look, a lot of that is just advertising, you're attacking their dream, and they can't stand it. They can't deal with it, you know, because you're attacking their dream, you know. Nothing about Tim Sykes, man. I'm not saying anything about Tim Sykes. I'm just saying, all I said about Tim Sykes was that if you Google penny stocks, or if you YouTube penny stocks, what do you get? You get Tim Sykes. Like, hey, you know, millionaire student. That's what you get, man. And, you know, that's a fact, you know. Yeah, $8. I'm happy with my $8, you know. Yeah, I'll take it, Tiny. Green is good. I'll take it, you know. The problem, though, the real problem is that the market is actually doing this. Come on, SPY. There you go. This is the problem. This is the market right now. It's sideways. You know, it's up and then back down and then back up. And now it's making some pretty big range-bound moves. Don't get it twisted. It's making some pretty big range-bound moves. You know, these are huge ranges. But it's still overall sideways in the last hour or two. You know what I mean? Like, if we delete all these levels here, you know, we're really kind of sideways. Maybe we're consolidating a little bit more, but like that's what we're doing. We're big range bound moves, but still sideways. Listen to this guy, he's talking real stuff out here. Yeah, but the problem is nobody ever wants to listen to it. You know, because like I said, I am attacking their dreams, man. I'm attacking their dreams. Nobody wants to hear that, you know. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, you know. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and hang it up. I don't see anything I really like. I'm not trying to trade much of this stuff, and it's just a very risky day. I'm going to go ahead and close it down with a beautiful whopping $8 up today. I'm rich, team. I'm rich. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, guys. Like I said, y'all want to use the same platform as us. I think when new traders get started, you got to find a cheap way. Most new traders are going to lose their first 1 or 2 accounts, and if you make your first 1 or 2 accounts a huge amount of money, then you're probably just going to lose it. And so finding a cheap option, I think, makes sense. And so if you want to check out a cheap option, use the same platform as us. Once you're approved, let you day trade with no PDT rule and shorting ability. Comes with a course and a demo account and a paper trading platform for a few weeks. And like I said, objectively speaking, you're spending $400. You're getting able to trade a $14,000 funded account once you're approved. And again, you can day trade with no PDT rule. I just think it's one of the cheapest ways to get started and risk less when you're first getting started. And so there's the link if y'all want to check that out. And so, also guys, if you want to use the same scanners that we're doing, which can be highly beneficial if you're, if you're day trading, especially like I said, if you're day trading penny stocks, these could be highly beneficial. They're super up to date, real time. You can build your own scans around different strategies. And so, if you want a real time scanner, there's the link if you want to check that out. I appreciate all the subs today. We've got almost 140 likes in here with 5 dislikes. So I appreciate the love. We've been going like crazy lately, guys. We really have. We are slowly pushing towards 20K. Really fun it's been really fun growing this channel. I appreciate all the love and support, and you guys have a good day. Like I said, you all use the same platform as us. Good way to help support our channel as well. Obviously, though, we're biased in their favor, but, you know, cheap way to get started. Later, team. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you haven't already. If you subscribe and click the bell, you'll get a notification when we go live. And as I'm saying that, though, the S&P is pushing up really nicely, testing these previous highs up here. And so I hope our market rebounds, guys. We'll see, though. I'll see you guys tomorrow.